It says we are live streaming. Woohoo!
Hey, hello.
So here we are again, you and me against the world. Somehow it
Aw.
feels like you and me against the world. Okay, see, the kids tell me don't sing, Sandra, and this is why I don't sing. One, I don't remember the words. And two, right? I can't sing. I can't hold a tune.
Okay.
So hello, Shannon. Hello,
Hello,
hello, hello.
Sandra.
We have such a fun conversation planned today, but before we begin, go ahead and introduce yourself so everybody knows what my amazing friend Shannon is all about.
Okie dokie. My name is Shannon Vitale. I am the founder of S. Vitale. I can't say my own name. Holistic Health. And I do one-on-one nutrition and wellness coaching. I'm board certified in holistic nutrition and am a certified transformational nutrition coach, which, that's great and all. But the most important thing is that I work with women who are really ready to move past the diet mentality and the diet culture, who are ready to figure out their own rules, to live life their own way, and to reach their own health goals in the way that works for them. So we really come together and figure out what that looks like for them as far as nutrition, movement, lifestyle, actions, supplements, all the good stuff. And we work on the underlying mindset too of what could be holding us back or why we aren't staying consistent.
I love that. I love that.
Thanks.
So, for those that know me, I'm Sandra Wint, and I am the founder of Me, Her, Us. And I focus on helping people with the emotional aspects of what's causing burnout, what's causing their feelings to surface in different ways, and get behind that so that they can make better choices for how they want to work through what's going on for them. So it's just amazing that we have this opportunity to collaborate on such an important topic, because for women, this is huge. This is huge. It drives so much of who we are, how we see each other, how we feel about ourselves. So let's just dive right into it. Body image.
Yeah. So, Sandra, what do you think the definition of body image is?
Ooh, you didn't tell me you were going to quiz me.
I'm not quizzing you. I was just wanting to get your thoughts.
I think body image is what I think I should be looking like,
Okay.
and how I feel in my body.
Okay.
How close am I?
I like the distinction because oftentimes when I think we think about that question, we go immediately to what people will think about our bodies and what we think about our bodies. But that's totally different than how do you feel about your body. And I like that you kind of put those two separate because essentially body image is the feelings and perceptions you have about your body or in your body, right? It should not be about what you think others should think of your body. And it should not be, let me put it a different way. We either think of it in terms of, well, when I think about my body, this is what I fear people will see, and this is what I want people to see, right? Either certain features you like and certain features you don't like, but that's not your body image. Body image is really how you feel about in your body and about your body. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I got those. So I have this awesome book. It's called More Than a Body. And it's by twin sisters, Lindsay and Lexi Kite, PhDs. And I read the intro, and that concept was in the intro, and I was like hooked because it's an amazing book, which I will delve into a lot. I think we'll pull pieces from. throughout our retreat day. But I wanted to bring up this first piece because I think it's foundational, right? What is body image? And further, how does that inform us? So we all know about or hear about, well, the media objectifies women, right? But really, when we take a step back and think about it, we have all been so ingrained in that culture growing up, and the culture's emphasis on this look is acceptable, this body is not acceptable, this body is valued, this body is degraded. We've grown up with that. And so we've internalized it, and then we turn that on ourselves. And we judge ourselves based on those parameters. So we're self-objectifying, and
Yes.
many times we don't even know that's what we're doing.
Yes.
Do you
Yeah, I
agree?
remember. Oh my gosh, I remember seeing this one quote, and I will try to find it, hopefully before this ends. And it was somebody saying, if I only like my body when it looks good, that's not self-love or self-acceptance. That's objectification. And I was
Right.
like, oh my gosh, let me read that through one more time. Because yeah, we don't tend to think about it that way. And it totally is. And when you stop and you think about, oh my gosh, am I really objectifying myself? Like,
We do it every day and we don't even think about it. And it essentially that makes us separate from our bodies. It's almost like there's two people living inside our body, right?
yes,
The person who's living your life and the person who's always watching and judging her. And that
yes,
is that both of those are us, are one person.
yes,
Um, it's it's a lot, it can be a lot to unpack, I think, for a
yes.
lot of people.
It's huge. And we need a lot of help with it too, because when we are in our space and when we're in our head, we don't see our own blind spots.
Right.
And
Right.
that's the value that can come from both speaking with somebody else and in particular speaking with a coach.
Yeah. Agreed. A coach, a therapist, both. Also having the support group of other women, right?
Yes.
Because this is not something that we talk about,
No.
because we still find it shameful and we feel bad about ourselves and we judge ourselves and we judge others based on our belief system. So it's not an easy topic to really open up about.
Well, and it's interesting because there is research that's been done on the impact of being overweight on your salary.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because society, well, people, number one, society, I think, devalues people in larger bodies. And they somehow have associated with that as not as being smart or not as hardworking, right? Which is completely ridiculous. But a lot of times that's how people operate because there's so many generalizations. Oh, that person must not take care of themselves. So how can I expect them to do this job properly? Yeah. And that's all judgment.
Yes, huge, huge.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that I think is really interesting is that we judge the other way too, right?
Mm,
We think that people who are slim are healthy. And we've talked about that already, that slim does not mean healthy by
no,
any
not by
stretch of
any
the
means. Yeah. Mm-mm. No, not at all. Because when I was super skinny, I thought I was like healthy and wonderful and going to be so happy when I was having panic attacks and extreme anxiety. And I was miserable. And that was not healthy. So, yeah, it does. It goes both ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say there's a really excellent TED talk that I had that one of my friends posted in the Me, Her, Us Facebook community about how girls are socialized to ignore their bodies
Yes.
and how that leads to lots of other issues, right? Not just poor body image and not just objectification, but like societal issues around how women are supposed to behave, what can be done to women, what is
Mhm.
acceptable behavior, and all because we've been taught to disassociate.
Correct. Yes. Societal, cultural impacts, racial impacts. Um, Lost my train of thought, but I'm looking for, I have this thing. I'm looking for this quote that I was looking for. Can't find it, but it's something about positive body image is not about a certain weight. And it's not about being a certain health status, whether you're healthy inside and out or not. Body image is loving your body and knowing that you're worthy no matter what your body looks like on the outside.
Yes.
Yeah. And that was something that it took me 40 years to even start to think about.
Because
So,
it starts at such an early age for girls, such
oh
an
yeah.
early age for girls.
From when I think I mean, it starts even when they're like toddlers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I distinctly remember taking my youngest shopping, and I even posted about it, right? They were 4, and we went to the Gap. 4-year-olds, 4-year-olds, skinny jeans.
Mm-hmm.
They're marketing skinny jeans to 4-year-olds.
Yeah. Yeah. And, the focus is on you are more worthy. You are held in higher esteem, especially as you get into middle school, right? Which is the worst of it. If you're one of the thin, pretty, whatever that means to the kids at the time, girls. And if you are not, then you are taught very quickly that you are not as worthy.
Yes. Yes. And it takes us a lifetime to unlearn that behavior.
Indeed. Mm-hmm.
And it leads to destructive eating habits. It leads to destructive behavioral patterns. It leads to so many ways in which girls self-harm.
Right. So I think it's one of the key things that we're going to dig into, not just on our retreat day, but in our larger group program around these concepts, because it is so integral in literally everything about the very essence of who we are, how we behave, right? What we believe about ourselves, body image, and then hand in hand is food,
Yes.
because we use food to control somewhat how we feel about our bodies.
And those of us who aren't using food still experience all of those things, but we're doing different things to compensate for that, whether it's relationships that are not healthy, right?
Oh, there's all kinds of ways. Yeah.
Yes. So, and it all really stems from this idea of who am I, right? I am
Mm-hmm.
not my body, right? And
Mm-hmm.
yet I've learned that I am my body. And it's kind of like this like break. It's like kind of this psychotic break of like, I'm not my body, but I am my body, and I'm not, like, it's just craziness, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Totally agree with you.
Yeah. So what would we say? So like I see that there are 3 people watching.
Oh, that's
So
exciting.
I know. So just say hi. Let us know that you're here. We love to get your thoughts on what we're talking about here. We'd love to get your experience with this topic. Oh, look, I said 3 people watching, and 2 of them just dropped off.
Because they're like, no, don't call me out. Ah.
We can't see who you are.
Oh.
But we're
Well, in the replay too, if people are going to
yes.
watch the replay.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
watching us, let us know that you're here. Let us know that you stopped by, and tell us what's resonating for you, and what's coming up for you. What are you noticing as we're talking about these things? is happening in your body? Are you getting angry? Are you feeling fidgety? Are you getting nervous? Are you feeling some anxiety? Are you sitting there going, I just want to curl up in a corner and cry because it's Friday and they're talking about this? All those things are signs that there is something here that needs to be explored.
Agree. Agree. And I would encourage people who are feeling that to just take some time and journal about, how do I feel about my body, right? Not what you like or don't like about your body, but how do you feel about it? That's a much harder question and if you're having trouble finding answers, that's definitely a sign that it's time to start processing and unpacking some of this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So June 3rd is the date. And it's going to be an all-day thing. We're going to be in a community of women. This is going to be a very strongly held space.
Yes.
Where we can feel empowered to have those conversations, to open up about what's going on, and know that we'll be held and supported, because it can be very vulnerable and challenging and also triggering.
Mm-hmm.
To talk through some of these things. And so it's important to know that it's a judgment-free zone, and you'll be supported.
Absolutely. No matter what you may think or believe,
Yes.
right? Because people
Yes.
may not want to open up if they feel like, well, other people aren't going to like my thoughts. But it's a safe space for all.
Yeah. For every opinion.
Yeah.
Even the ones we don't necessarily agree with.
Correct.
Yes, absolutely. They all have a place. Oftentimes when I lead circles, people feel like, oh, I feel like really good and everybody else is feeling like not so good. And I feel concerned about putting that energy, my positive energy, into the space when other people are struggling. But when we don't do that, when we hold back those feelings, then it does the whole process a disservice, because then you can't hope that there's a tunnel at the end of that. We can hold all feelings without judgment.
Yes, that is critical. It's critical in this work and in this day and in the whole program, really.
Yes. Yeah. So I
Thank
think
you.
so I think what I would want people to know is we want you to feel empowered to come in whatever form you're in whatever place you're in, and explore these topics, and know that there is a place for everyone. What would
Yes,
you want them to know, Shannon?
that was well said,
Oh,
Sandra.
thank you.
Well said. I ditto. I agree with all of that.
Yeah, I and that we all struggle.
Mm-hmm.
We all
Yeah,
struggle.
we do. And even no matter where you are on your path of growth or
Yes.
self-development, there's always more.
Yeah.
And these things will always continue to come up. You may change your response or how quickly you respond and pivot, but those things will always keep coming up. So the more that you face them and talk about them and work through them, the easier it gets down the line.
I love that you said that. I love that you said that, for two reasons. One, because I have a tendency to get frustrated when the same topic comes up again for myself, and say, oh, I thought I fixed this, right? Why is it coming up again?
Mhm.
And the reality is it's coming up because I'm finally ready to heal that aspect of it, right? And I wasn't ready before, or I could only get so far because it was so big and it needed to be processed in chunks, right? So it's a good thing that it's coming up. And yet I know I tend to kind of go the other way and say, oh, right.
Right. You say,
And
oh, shouldn't I know better by now?
exactly. Shouldn't I know better by now?
Mhm.
And the other aspect of it is exactly what you said. We get better at working through it the more it comes up, right? So it's like, oh, I can look at that differently now than I could like a year ago or 2 years ago or 5 years ago, and
Right.
say, you know what? Some of those things that were real back then aren't real anymore. And I can just kind of get through that and then just deal with the part that's coming up right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Beautifully said. Thank you.
Well, I didn't say it, you said it. I was just like, yeah.
Elaborating.
No, I don't know what I was doing.
It was perfect, whatever it was.
Okay. You're perfect. No, you're perfect. No,
Oh,
you're perfect.
to Love Fest.
Oh, well, I'm really excited and I'm looking forward to meeting all of these women, and we hope you'll join us. And if you have any questions, right?
Yes, please register for the program. It is going to be amazing. And I am just so excited to hold this space and have these discussions because it's just so needed, I think.
I need it.
I do. I know I do too. So please join us because I need the support.
And I get to eat some yummy food.
Oh yeah, that too. That'll be good too.
All right. Well, we'll have a great weekend. We'll see everybody on Monday afternoon, right? So drop us some questions. Let us know you watched. Let us know what you're thinking about all of these topics.
Yeah. Let us know. Have an awesome weekend. Relax and find something nourishing for yourself every day.
Look at you.
I know. I try. All right, everyone. Bye, Sandra. Bye, everyone.
Bye.